Look at this guy. Like, look at him. He is so chunky and I don't know. Let's see. It worked. It's okay that I ran out of yarn, and I'll show you. And here she is. He is massive. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda and I am the Cotton Florist, and this week we will be doing a bunch of pattern tests. So I have applied for 3 pattern tests and I've gotten into all of them, which was kind of unexpected but also really great because I'm market prepping and kind of needed some new ideas. So the 3 patterns that we will be testing this week is Abby Jade's Birds. It's like a bird bundle pack. I have been assigned the Cockatoo, which is super cute. I've also been accepted into Jarfulofknots super chubby frog pattern, and I've also been accepted into Stitched by Scott's Delilah dragon pattern. So this week I will be doing those pattern tests. It is due, I think, in like 5 days. So I have pretty much the rest of the week to work on these. It is now Monday, so I have time. And I've actually already started the chunky frog because I just wanted to get started. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I have this yarn, which is the Burnout Mystical that I got in the Millens bag. I have been saving it to make a moss lax with, which is this guy. I made this guy in Parfait Chunky, but I really wanted to make him in the Burnout, especially this variegated type, because it just, to me, looks a lot like moss. But I was hoping to get one more skein of this so that I could make another moss lax, because I was kind of thinking he might use a lot of yarn. I'm now realizing that I probably could have made him in this. But I actually, when I got accepted for the pattern test for the frog, I decided, you know what, we're going to use this because it's the chunkiest yarn that I have, and it's the chunkiest yarn in green. I have a slightly chunkier yarn than this, but it's not green. So this is the color that we've chosen to go with. I didn't want to wait for some more green yarn to come. I was going to get some Premier XL, but I didn't want to wait for it to come and then miss the pattern test. So I thought I'm just going to jump in and use this, even though I was kind of holding onto it for something else. But I think I might even be able to still have a fair bit left over. But I will show you guys how much of the frog I've already made. So the frog is enormous. Like, I'll show you. This is the back. I haven't added the legs on yet, so I just got emailed the leg portion. So this pattern designer does her patterns in sections. So you get the body first, and then once you complete it, test it, you send a photo, and then you get the rest. It just stops people from joining pattern tests, taking the pattern, and then kind of stealing it and not doing the pattern test. That makes sense. So she does it in sections. And so I've done my first section and she sent me the legs now so I can finish it off. But this is the back of the head and I'm going to turn him around. Look at this guy. Like, look at him. He is so chunky. It is such a chunky frog. These are 30mm eyes, by the way. He kind of looks like a pufferfish right now. It is so funny. Anyway, he's like a big chunky frog and I need to put his legs on so that he looks like a frog. I mean, he kind of does anyway. He's got his like big lip and his eyebrows and his gigantic eyes. So I think he just looks really cool. So this is Burnout on the bottom and also the Burnout Mystical on top. These are both from the Millen bags if you're familiar with Spotlight and the Millen bag. So I bought this yarn for $8 for 2 of these, which is insane because normally this is $30 a ball if I buy it from Burnout. So, which I don't do because I'm cheap. I don't want to spend that much money on yarn when I can buy it for $8 in a Millens bag. So that's what I do. It also means that I don't come by it very often. So I've used it for this and I used about 1/4 of a skein for the green part. So I had a little bit left over in another skein. And yeah, he doesn't actually use as much yarn as I thought. So I'm going to do his legs very soon. And then hopefully I can get him finished. The pattern works up pretty quickly considering he's gigantic. So I'm really loving this. And I think he'll look so good on my booth table. So yep, we're going to keep going with this guy today. He's kind of like a pillow. So I'm really loving this one. So let's get started on the legs because I want to finish him today and then send through all of my notes for the pattern test. I've sent through a couple already, but I'll do like a comprehensive roundup, I guess. And then I can get started on the next pattern test, which I think is going to be the dragon. We'll start the Delilah, the dragon, because it's going to be a little bit more complicated and it's the next one that's due. So to be, conscious of time, we're going to start that one next. But hopefully we can do this one today and then I can show you guys what it looks like. Oh, and on that note, if you're ever wanting to do pattern testing, but you don't have anyone to tag in the comments on Instagram, feel free to tag me. I really don't mind. So I will tag random people sometimes that have also said that they're happy to be tagged, and I'll tag my friends too. But if you are looking for someone to tag in the comments, because usually the requirement is like tag 2 people to, to help engagement, right? So just tag me. It's totally fine if you need someone else to tag, because I know not everyone has crochet people that they know or feel comfortable tagging in like random pattern tests. So if you need someone to tag me. Sorry for the poor lighting. It's literally 2:30 and it's just, the weather is just so bad. So it's very dark. So I'm going to get started on the legs now. So I don't think they're going to take too long. Looking at the instructions, it really isn't that complicated. It's just a bunch of tubes. So we should be good. So I'm going to get stuck into that now. So I'm about to have some burgers for lunch. So I might not get too much crocheting done in this session because I'm going to have lunch in a second. I know it's late for lunch, but that's just me as a person. I don't eat at normal times. So I'm going to have lunch in a minute, but I want to first at least get started on the legs. Okay, sorry for the horrible lighting. I understand it's like 10 o'clock at night, so the lighting is terrible. But I wanted to show you really quickly. I took a bit of a break, obviously, and I've just started crocheting the legs again. So that's why it's 10 o'clock now. The last time I checked it, I think it was like 2 or something, right? Anyway, I've just finished his little leg. I've got to make 2 more of these ones, but look at his little toe beans. They're so cute. I mean, are they toe beans if it's a frog? I don't know. But this is his little toes. I like how the pattern designer has done the toes. I think they're very clever and they look really, really cute too. I am going to do 2 more of these. So this is the front legs. And then I need to do 2 of the back legs. So I think he's kind of like at an angle like this, like sitting. And then his front legs will be like that. Can you kind of see the vision? And his back legs will be like this, kind of. Okay. It's not showing the way I was hoping it would. But you guys can get this one right, like the front, how it is. So yeah, I think it's looking really good. So I'm probably going to not record anymore tonight because it's so late and I want to go and get in pajamas, and then I'll finish crocheting. So I'm pretty much just going to probably finish this guy off. Honestly, I just need to make 4 of these and I think like that's it. Like I don't think there's anything other than another 3 legs that I need to do, and then he'll be done. So I'm going to assemble him, and then we might start on the Delilah the Dragon pattern, but we'll start on it together tomorrow. So I won't start it tonight. I'll start it on camera tomorrow, and then we can start from the start. Yeah, so that's probably the plan. So I can show you this guy tomorrow and he'll be all finished, hopefully, as long as I don't get distracted, but it's just 4 legs, should be easy. So hopefully the next clip you see is a finished frog. Okay, it's the next day, and as promised, I have something to show you. We have the frog. He is all done. He is massive. Like head comparison. He's like a full-on pillow. So he is all done. The pattern test is completed. I think he just looks so cute. Just the hugest frog I've ever made. So I am super happy with how he turned out. He is just like so chunky and he sits really well. So he sits at this angle, which I think is really awesome. So he is done. So now that we have this guy done, I'm going to move on to the next pattern test, which is the Delilah the Dragon by Stitched by Scott. And I've decided the colors that I want to use for this one already. So I've decided on using, I was going to use Premier Parfait Chunky, but I've decided to use the Crochet by Dill yarns instead, that I bought a couple of vlogs ago. I wasn't too sure what I was going to do with them, but I've decided to use them up. So I'm using this color for the body of the dragon, and I'm going to be using this color for the wings and this for the accents. So I'm not too sure exactly what that will look like. So I know there's the wings and there's the spine, there's the toes, and maybe something else, the horns. So I'm not too sure like which I'm going to do, but I think I might do the accents in blue and the wings in white. That's the plan so far. So I'm going to get started and we will check back in a minute and see how much I've managed to get done. Okay, so I'll show you what I've done. I've managed to crochet for about half an hour, and we've got the dragon snout and I've also got an ear. So the good thing about this pattern is it's no sew, and so you create all the little pieces and then you sew them in, like work them in as you go. The only thing with me is I started crocheting this and then I realized, oh my gosh, I need to make an ear, but it's okay because I found the center pull. So I was able to start from the ear. So I need to make one more ear because the round that I'm currently on requires me to work it in. So that's how it's looking. I'm thinking it's going to be a much bigger plushie than if I made it with Parfait Chunky. I'm currently using a 5mm hook. For Parfait Chunky, I generally use a 4.5mm hook. So that's how it's looking. I don't know how I feel about this yarn, honestly. I'm used to working with really soft yarn, like Parfait Chunky as my main yarn. Even Scarly is very similar to Parfait Chunky, which is Stitched by Scott's yarn brand. It's called Scarly. I do have some, but not in any nice colors. I just restocked in like browns. I think it was just brown that I bought because it's a very close dupe to Teddy Bear from Parfait Chunky. So I buy that from her often, and a red because I can never find reds. But I don't have a very good range in her yarn. Otherwise, I probably would have used it because it is soft. But this Crochet by Dill yarn it kind of reminds me of like the microfiber yarn. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not my favorite. I do need to use it up anyway. So I thought I'm pretty sure I have enough. And it would be a good opportunity for me to kind of get rid of the yarn and just use it up, because I don't think I'll be buying it again, because I find it kind of hurts my arms a little bit to work with, just because it is so kind of rough. Like it's not, I don't know if you can tell, it's just not as soft as what I'm used to using. And I find when I kind of deviate from the yarns that I'm used to using, they tend to hurt my arms. But it's okay, it's fine. The colors are really nice still, so I'm happy with this like color combination. I think it'll be still really pretty, but I do have to work a little bit slower than usual because it hurts my arms and my wrist. So this pattern is due on Friday. This pattern test is due to be completed on Friday. So we have a few more days to get done, but I would like to get it done today just so I can get it out of the way. And then I have Abby Jade's bird test to do afterwards. So hopefully we can get this guy done today. So let's crack on. I do need to get the other, I don't want to drop everything. We do need to get the other ear done, and then we can just keep working it in. I may also need to quickly make the horns because I'm sure I'm going to work them in a minute as well. But I do like these patterns where we can just keep crocheting everything in. So let's get started on the other ear and hopefully finish this head very soon. Okay, let's start this other ear. Okay, so we have this ear done and this ear done. So now we're done with the ears. The good thing about this pattern, with it being no sew, a lot of dragon patterns are not low sew. They're usually very much high sew, and they usually have a lot of components, which this one does as well. It's got horns, ears. So if this pattern works out really well, I'm going to definitely make it a bunch of times because I do want to have more dragons on my table. But the problem is that they take a lot of time. So it's generally not always worth it for me to make many of them because I do have to put them at a higher price point and they don't sell as well. So it'll be good to have some no-sew ones so I can lower the price on the dragons and make them easier to make. So that's what I'm kind of hoping this one is. So far it's been very easy. But I mean, I've only made the snout and the little ears. I guess that's kind of what he's gonna look like. I don't know. He's looking cute. I think it's gonna be pretty big as well because of this yarn. So I'll also probably make it again in Parfait Chunky with different colors. So I'm gonna keep working on this one now. I'm probably going to work on the ear horns and then keep going with the mouth. Okay, I may have just had some pizza, but we're back. I have sewn on, well not sewn on because it's no sew. I have added his little ear. Super cute. And I just made his horn. It's kind of hard working in thick yarn when you've got to do like a 4 magic circle ring, but we're there, we got there. So now I have to work this in. I decided to go white with the horn, so I'm going to do white horns and white wings, and then blue accents for everything else. So that's what we're going with. I think it looks cute. Okay, I like the color combo. It's definitely giving like pastel ice cream vibes, so happy with this. I noticed that Larissa, the pattern designer, she mentioned in her pattern that she uses the same yarn under, yarn over technique as me, and also she has a tighter tension. So it's good when the pattern designers add this at the start, because then you can get an idea of whether you will need to make adjustments. So because this is all no sew, if you don't have the right things lined up, like the increases lined up above this part, you're going to get an uneven face. It's going to be like a weird shape. So it's good to know what stitch type the pattern designer uses, so that you can, and what the tension is, so you know whether you need to adjust stitches. Thankfully I haven't needed to, because she seems to have the same amount as me, like the same tension and the same stitch type, so I don't have to worry about calculating moving stitches around, which is great. Okay, so it's the next day and it's the afternoon, because I had a really busy day, so I really wasn't able to crochet at all today, but I did finish last night some wings. So I finished the head and attached everything on, and I also did the wings, so they're here. As you can see, it's like it looks so strange at this point because it's just like a head with wings, but that's essentially what it's going to look like. I actually think the last thing I recorded was me saying that I didn't need to adjust anything on the head, but I actually did. I needed to adjust everything by 3 stitches, so I moved the horns up a little bit higher, and the ears. So everything was kind of at the wrong, it was like too low down. So we have this now, and the head is done. The body I don't think is very big, so I think this won't take too much longer. I need to submit this pattern test, like complete it by Friday, which is tomorrow. So we don't have a lot of time to get it done, but I am going to work on this tonight. And I really like the way the wings came out. I just think it's a really nice way of doing wings. It was very easy to do, and I like this pattern on the wings as well. But yeah, it was just a nice way that the wings were done. So I'm very happy with this no sew dragon so far. I'm going to keep going. The reason I stopped is because I've now hit a part where I need to do the feet, and for some reason I didn't do all of the individual pieces first before starting the body. I just jumped straight into the body. So I now need to, even though I knew it was a no sew, I now need to jump in and do the feet. So with the feet, it's going to be the body color, which is purple, plus I'm going to do blue accents. And look at the difference between these balls. I feel like I've used a lot of this, and I am a little worried because I really do not have, like, I don't have any more of this, and it just feels, yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that there's enough, if I'm honest, because I've only used this. I mean, the head is the biggest part anyway, so I'm hoping it's okay. So we're just going to keep going, and we are crossing all of our fingers that we do not run out of yarn, because otherwise I'm going to have to start it again in Puffet Chunky. So I'm going to make the feet now. So I'm going to check my pattern and see what I even need to do. Okay, so I need to make 4 legs, which makes sense. So I'm going to start with this. I am really worried, guys. I am so worried that I'm going to run out of yarn. The cake feels really small. Anyway, let's see how it goes. His little feet is done. How cute is the little foot? So we have a 1 foot. I need to make 3 more. And I'm telling you, like, I don't know. Let's see. 4 more feet. And then the only like purple I need is for the body, but I'm just hoping I have enough. So 3 more of these, and then we'll reassess. But I have a feeling, guys, that we're going to have to be redoing this in Puffet Chunky, and I'm going to try and do the same colors if I need to redo it. But let's just hope that we don't need to do that, because what a disaster. And we'll keep going, because I really just want to get it done in this yarn. So let's see. Okay, so it is now like 9:30, and I am about this far. So it's not as far as I'd like to be. Obviously, I just had dinner and did a few other things. So I do have the 2 front feet on like this. It's like kind of splooting. So I've got the 2 front feet on, and I just need to keep going. So I'm probably just going to do this off camera, but I am stressing. Like, I don't see how this is enough yarn. It's not a lot. I do have a backup plan though. I've decided if I don't have enough, I'm just going to finish it off in this. So it's going to be like a two-toned dragon, just because I think it will kind of look nice because it's like the two-toned here. I mean, it's kind of going to be a bit unusual, but I don't know. I'm just thinking, what do I do? Just so I can get the pattern test done. I think it'll still look cute, obviously, especially if I hold it at this angle and have a blue tail. Worst case scenario. Not saying it's going to happen, but just in case it does, I have a plan. We'll see. We will see. But I think it's looking very cute though. It's very like bubblegum ice cream. But anyway, the next video you see will be in the morning. Or the next clip you will see will be in the morning, and it will be done. And then I need to get started on the chickens. Not the chickens, the bird test. Which will be really quick, like 20 minute test, because it's a very fast pattern. But yeah, so good. Okay, so I have finished the dragon finally, and pretty much like I suspected, I ran out of the purple yarn. It seems like it's a lot more yarn than it is, and I mean it is thicker yarn, so you obviously don't get the length that you expect to get. But I made it work. And lucky it's like a multicolored kind of dragon, like it's got like the different colored horns and wings, etc. So it worked. It's okay that I ran out of yarn, and I'll show you. And here she is. This is Delilah the dragon. I think it's so cute. It just, see, as you can see the tail? That's how much yarn I ran out of. So it's okay. It made it work. It's very like bubblegum. It just reminds me of like a rainbow paddle pop. I don't know if that's an Australian thing, but if there's any Aussies watching, you know, right? This is the rainbow paddle pop colors, I think. Anyway, it's reminding me of ice cream and like bubblegum. So I think that's where I'm getting it from. But I love this dragon. It is no sew, which makes it so much easier. I do want to do this now in Premiere Pape Chunky and like make a bunch of them. It'll obviously turn out smaller, but this is a really great size though. And in a smaller yarn, it would be a more accessible size in terms of price. So this is the pattern all done and dusted. It was a really great pattern. There was like next to no things that needed to be updated, very, very small things. Larissa does a really great job with her patterns. She's an amazing pattern designer, and I mean, yeah, look at this, so cute. I never would have imagined a no sew dragon, but there you go, all done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my work on the bird pattern by Abby Jade Art. It's taken me a whole week to get around to it, so lucky she's very patient, but I think this is due on the 2nd of June. So it's due in a few days' time. So this is the pattern, put on screen. It's obviously still in Canva because we're testing it. And I have been assigned the Cockatoo, which is what I wanted. So this looks really cute. Like, look at him, he's so chunky. I feel like this would literally work up in like 15 minutes. Like, these are just the cutest designs. So I'm gonna jump in. I don't know if she says anything about it. She says to use a weight 6 yarn with a 5mm hook, or acrylic yarn using 3mm hook. That's actually quite nice. Not many designers will give you instructions for both acrylic and like instructions on what hook size to use for both acrylic and plush. So that's nice. Okay, so Cockatoo. Oh my gosh, it's just so chunky. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's such a quick pattern. I know for a fact looking at this that I'm going to make all of these. Like in particular, the Cockatoo and the Galah. I've made mallards before, like I've made them before, but the Galah and the Cockatoo, I am a big fan of these two guys. So I'm going to do my pattern test, the one that I've been assigned, obviously, and then I am probably going to make a bunch of them and then a bunch of the Galahs, just because. Like, how can you not? So I'm going to get started on that right now. Okay, so I have all the colors I need. I've got cream for the body, yellow for like the bit. I don't know what that's called. I forget what that's called. I should probably know what that's called. And I have brown for the feet and like the beak. I think I should get more of a grey colour. We'll see. But I hand wound this ball up, and for some reason it's so perfect that I don't really want to like unwind it. Like, I don't know what I was doing, but oh my gosh. Anyway, so let's start with this adorable little Cockatoo. So fun fact, as a kid growing up, my Nana Pop actually owned a Cockatoo. I think it was rescued from the bush. I came from the country. So it ended up in their care, and it lasted like, it just lived for like a bazillion years. even when I was like a teenager, that thing was like already very old. So I guess they can live for a really long time, and they're very, very intelligent. Like it would just speak to us and like dance and stuff. It was so cute. It was really sweet. Where is my, I don't know about you guys, but I have to use stitch markers. Like if I don't, I will immediately forget which stitch I'm on and have to undo the whole thing. Okay, his body is coming along. Okay, so the eyes are on and it looks crazy because everything does at this stage, honestly. If you guys have seen my Totoros, like insane. He's so chunky. Okay, so body is done. Now I need to put his little wings on. Little wings are done. Look at them. Maybe next time I make them, I might put them a bit more forward. Same with the eyes, maybe not so far apart, but I just want to see what it looks like with the beak and everything once that's been positioned, because I can't really tell how the positioning works until I've done that part. So now I'm going to do the comb, the head feathers now. Okay, so the little feathers on top have been done. So now I'm going to do the beak and the feet. Okay, I'm just doing the beak now. I've decided that I'm not going to use the brown and I am instead going to use this grey colour. So I think this will work. Okay, that's his beak. He's cute. I'm thinking I might need to move his arm placement, like his wing placement. I think it's a bit too far back. And I think next time I probably won't make the eyes so far apart, but it does look cute. So I don't know. His wings kind of look fun back there. Like he's like this. I don't know. Maybe I leave it. I kind of like it because chickens and like young birds, they do run around and look really awkward with their wings just doing crazy things. And I don't know. He's cute. Anyway, I'll put the feet on and then we can kind of like reassess. So I just realized the feet were to be done in acrylic yarn and not plush yarn, because I'm looking at the little feet I just made and I'm like, what? That is too big. So I'm gonna go grab some grey acrylic yarn. Okay, so all I've got is this yarn. It's pretty thin, but I think it'll work. I think we're okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna double strand this. Let's see if double stranding works. I think it should be fine. Okay, we have a little foot. It's really cute. So there, I think it's perfect size. Okay, I'm gonna make one more. Okay, we have two, and now we can assemble. So let's do that now. I'm just gonna tie this first because I know it's gonna try and come undone. Oh my gosh, these stop. Okay, I'm definitely keeping the wing placement there because I like that he's kind of looks like he's flapping. I just like his little flappy wings. Like he just, you know how birds run? I think this is what I'm trying to get at. When birds run, like, and they kind of have like their wings back because they're kind of a little bit like they're gonna lift off or something. That's what it's giving me. So I'm keeping the little wings. And all future birdies that I make are going to have the same wings. I am really liking this pattern. This is a great pattern. I'm not too sure when Abby Jade is going to be releasing this pattern, honestly, but I will put details on screen because I'll do a little bit of research before I edit. and make sure you guys know exactly when this pattern is coming out or when to expect it. And yeah, hopefully if you're watching this video a while after I've posted it, hopefully, and comment if I haven't, I will update with direct links to like where you can get the patterns from and stuff. So, but I don't often get to test them or apply for testing because I'm always so busy with market prepping. Like I feel like I really get only a small break from market prepping at the end of the year, and then I'm pretty much just back into it again. I always tell myself I will not apply for as many markets. Biggest lie. And I always apply for a ton. I get really excited and I don't consider how future me is going to feel about it. I just kind of do it. We just got to YOLO sometimes. Okay, so it's done. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'm going to make a bazillion of these because they're really cute. So chonky. I kind of especially like that his wings are back. It's not quite the way that Abby Jade has it in her pattern. She's got her wings in a more normal way. But you know, this is the way that I read the instructions. And cute. Okay, so here's done. So I'm going to post it on the group chat for the tester group. So then I've done my work and all of the numbers work, all of the stitch counts. It's a very simple pattern, so I don't have to do too much maths, which is amazing. So that's it. So let's do a little recount of exactly what I've crocheted for all of these patterns. Okay, so let's go through all of the patterns that I've tested this week and completed. So first we have this amazing chunky frog, huge. Will I be making this one again? Yes. He's just the best. Like, look at him. So cute. So that was number one. And number two, we have this dragon. So awesome. I love the colors. It's so big. It turned out so chunky. And even though I totally ran out of purple yarn on the tail, I think it's a nice feature because obviously I've used blue throughout, so it worked. And I'm not mad at all. I think it'll get a lot of attention, to be honest, which is like a happy accident, right? So I'm totally loving this pattern. So cool. Very fun and completely no-sew, which just honestly is kind of wild to me to consider. A dragon pattern is no-sew. Like how is this no-sew? Like never could you imagine. So 10 out of 10. And last but definitely not least is this adorable little cockatoo. Like look at this guy. He's the cutest. This is like 10 out of 10 bag charm size. Like I am actually considering putting little bag charm on this guy and putting him on my own bag, honestly. But I want to make a bunch more for marker prep. But I think this little guy would look so cute on a bag charm. And he's chunky. And bag charms these days are quite chunky, which I honestly love. So look at him go. So cute. So I'm going to post all of the details of these patterns below. So check the information box because I'm going to have all of this stuff when you can expect the release and the pattern designer and where to find it, etc. So if you're interested in any of the patterns that you have seen on the video, make sure you check that out so you can go and support these amazing artists that have spent all of this time creating patterns and just look at it. So cute. So that is it for me for another vlog. I hope you will join me in my next one where I'm going to actually do a challenge. I'm going to be doing a keychain challenge where I'm trying to make as many keychains as possible. So these guys will probably make an appearance, honestly. And I really want to do the galah too. So I need to make as many keychains as I can for my upcoming 3-day, I was going to say 2-day, but it's a 3-day anime, gaming, pop culture convention, which is Supernova. And that is in literally 3 weeks time. So I'm going to do a little challenge, like a 48-hour challenge, how many adorable keychains I can make. And I'm going to try and use as many new patterns as possible so that you guys would not have seen them before. They are new. So I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to be doing a bunch of market prep videos. So if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.